3, 4. Welcome. This is C# Programming on .NET. My name is Brett Robley. I teach at Cal State University Fullerton, and the class is ISDS 309. We're working from Joyce Farrell's book, Microsoft C# Programming. In this video lecture, we're going to we're going to open up an existing project. We're going to go back to one of the first video lectures we did, the one called WriteFile, where we wrote a comma-separated value file, and we're going to update it. In this file, we have two classes, an application class and the employee class. The employee class is our data structure for storing information about an employee. We'll add a salary property with its getter and setter. And then we need to go to the loop body where we are asking the user to input data at the keyboard, and we're going to say enter salary, and then we will accept that salary into emp.salary property. Again, be careful when you're inputting this because we're not doing any input validation at this point. You can easily crash the program. Okay, let's see how this runs or if we have any trouble. Okay, we have trouble and, right. We'll fix that easily. Right here, we're going to do a convert. It complained that it couldn't automatically convert to a double, and so we will help it out. Because we're getting it from the keyboard as a string, and we're storing it to emp.salary property, which is defined as double. So it complained without us explicitly making the conversion. So now I'll just put in a couple of data points so that we can test it out, see if it accepts. And obviously it's asking us for salary. Although it's bumping right up against the Y in salary. We'll fix that later. We'll add a little space there to make it more readable. Okay, now let's go take a look at the file and see what we wrote. And sure enough, there's our two employees. Now, the salary didn't get written, so even though it asked us for the salary, we need to update the code to actually write out the salary. So we go find the line where we output to the file, and we'll add a delimiter, which is the comma in this case. And then we'll add the new property, emp.salary. We'll run this again. I'll just put in a couple of data points so it doesn't take too long, but we'll be able to see the effect. I'm going to put some pennies in there too so you can see the pennies show up in the file. Obviously, I'm picking on Donald Duck, in keeping with tradition. Okay, now you can see the decimals. Donald only gets 5, so it didn't write the zeros. We didn't force it to write the zeros. Okay, now I'll put the space in to make it a little cleaner on input, so that it gives us a better readability for the user. And now when it asks us the salary question, you'll see that we have a space after the question when we write the salary. It's a lot more legible. Okay, and there you see it. Okay, now let's update the program or the data file one more time. I'll run this, and we'll put a few names in there so that in the next video lecture, which is finding employees, I'm going to use this data file as the subject of that, or the object, I should say. And put a few names in and salaries so that we can, in the next video lecture, develop the code from the book. This is still Joyce Farrell's code for the most part. I've been changing it here and there. So that we can use this data file, emp data.txt, in the next video lecture to actually go find employees, in a certain salary range or above a certain salary range, etc. Okay, now we'll take a look at the file just to see that our data items got into the file. And sure enough, there they are. Okay, hope you enjoyed this.